get questions about gift funds regularly? No? You guys don't use gifts? I see gifts on a lot of transactions.
I use gifts, yes, but getting questions from borrowers.
Okay, so my mom wants to give me a gift, but she's concerned that on the tax. How much can someone gift someone in a year?
25,000.
They just raised that.
I thought it was,
Isn't it like
it's like
17,000?
I'm gonna say 40,000, that's what I'm.
Look how many answers we got. There's only one right answer, just so you guys know. Brian stopped Googling. Brian stopped AIing. I got 40,000, 25, and 17, right? Anybody else want to throw anything out there?
It says 36,000 now.
So it's 18,000 per one person, 36 per couple, right? So be clear, if you gift someone more than 36,000, you get taxed on it? Seems like a lot of I don't knows. What's the answer, guys?
Only if you get audited, I'm thinking.
Worst answer ever. That's how you're going to advise a client? You can do it, just don't get audited. My favorite.
Just don't report it. You're fine.
Yeah, lying to the IRS. That's good. That's good financial advice. People pay a lot of money for that, for sure. Who else has idea? Has anybody ever really looked into it to understand it? Obviously not. Do you think it's important to understand it? Would it help you have a higher level conversation with your clients? Okay. Let me educate everyone real quick, all right? So, the IRS puts out what they require it to be claimed each year. So, right now, one person to one individual is $18,000. So, that's a questionnaire that will come when you complete your taxes. It will say, did you give a gift of blank? If you answer yes, there's a form that needs to be completed. Now, to be clear, this is just by the donor, not the person receiving it. Okay? So the person receiving it, they get a $50,000 gift from their mom. Do they have to pay tax on that $50,000 that they got? Why not? Why not?
I'm gonna say
This is
say
fun.
it's not income, it's a gift.
Bing, bing, bing. Yes, yeah, right. You wouldn't pay tax on something that's not income. So a gift does not change your tax base, right? So the answer to that is no. So the only person, like, you don't have to complete anything that says, did you receive a gift of, right? That doesn't matter. So our borrowers, in most cases, no. But this, again, is to satisfy the conversation that your borrower is going to go have with their parents. Because you want to be the guy, right? You want to be the person that was smart enough to tell them what it was, because the other lender they talked to said, oh yeah, you can do a gift, no problem, just don't report it. Right? The other lender is going to say, yeah, it's cool, just don't get audited. Right? So here's how it works. That they complete another form so that they have a record of a gift over time, because the only time you pay tax is over a lifetime. So there's a lifetime amount that one person can gift another without paying tax on it. Does anybody want to take a stab at what that lifetime number is?
I'm gonna say $1 million.
1 million. Danny says $500,000. Brian says
He's like, let me Google it.
750,000.
750,000. Anybody in the crowd want to throw out a number?
Price is right.
Can we phone a friend?
Closest without going over. Ladies?
I would have said $1 million.
Don't want to play? We got another million. So she says $1,000,001. Vic? Come on.
What's the yearly?
The yearly's $18,000. So over the course of a life, I can give someone this amount of money without starting to pay tax on it.
9.5.
1.5 million. The correct amount is new for 2024. $13.61 million.
Jeez, I need that gift.
I know. I'd like a gift.
So, $13.61 million. So, guys, should that person be concerned, right? I typically have that conversation like, hey, are your parents uber wealthy? Do they plan on giving you more than 13 million over the course of your life? People go, God, no. And I say, okay, then the gift really isn't our concern, is it? And they're like, no. Again, this was only created so that the uber rich could avoid probate tax, right? So what they started doing was cycling off money to their heirs at the end of their life. Right? Does anybody know what the max number that you can just, that like what your wealth has to be to avoid probate tax? I don't know off the top of my head, but it's something like 27 million or something like that. Okay? So that's what this is designed to do. Right? This gift component has absolutely nothing to do with mortgage lending. Right? We could give two shits at how much money one person gives another. Right? Now, I'll throw out one more thing when it comes to gift. Does it matter if you have it in their checking account or in a gift amount when you're putting it in your loan file? Cheyenne's shaking his head yes. Why?
The U.S. Patriot Act requires us to be able to track the funds.
Well, not even that. Somebody else, maybe where I was thinking. It matters when you run AUS.
It's gonna dictate your AUS result.
Bingo. AUS cares, right? AUS looks at somebody less qualified if all their money is gift than if they have their own.
So don't put
Right?
it in the asset section.
So if it's gift, don't toss it in checking and go, whatever, they're going to have the money, because you could pigeonhole yourself later when it comes to the actual underwriting and it gets flipped over to gift and the underwriter goes, hey, I can't CTC your file because I have a refer now. And you go,
And one of the things just to piggyback on what they say, been working on a pre-qual here for a minute, and it's a borrower that has lower credit in the 630s, was looking to do some down payment assistance. At one point said he could come in with a minimum 3.5%. So good, okay, so that's own funds. And then at another point he said, oh, I could get a gift. And then he's like, well, I want to do down payment assistance. All three of them have different AUS result findings. Each one of them. The down payment assistance with seller credits, I can't get an AUS approval of his front end DTI ratios above 29%. Not gonna happen. But if he's coming in with his own funds, right, I could go up to like almost 49% DTI on the back end and above 45% on the front end. So it makes a huge difference.
man, right? Details matter, people. We are in the details business. Details matter. You know who knows a lot about details? Andrea.
I have a detail to go over. Is it my turn yet?
The floor is yours.
Okay, so I want to talk about MI. I know you guys use Lender Price, which just so you guys all know,